Hello, everybody. Yeah, I go by Mr. Jimmy. I give YouTube lessons. I give lessons here where I live. Belong to a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of beginners that are just now buying a guitar. And a lot of people, including me, I was 13 years old. My dad bought me my first guitar. It was an electric guitar. Thing was beautiful. Had 3-4 pickups on it, all kind of knobs. It was like really shiny. It was really nice. But if you can see here, if I can demonstrate, I put what's called the nut up here, and this is mainly for an acoustic guitar is what I'm showing. I'm going to try to show how to lower the action. But when you first buy a guitar from Guitar Center, anywhere, I've talked about before, they come off the truck, they hang them on the wall. They don't do anything to them. I got a friend that works there. That's pretty much what they do. And the strings are kind of hard to see maybe, but they're way up here. So now you take it home and you try to play it and you press it down on the strings like, oh, man, I don't think I'm gonna play the guitar anymore. That hurts. I can't play that. So it goes in the closet. So no, I'm showing this for somebody that might maybe be a little handy. If not, take it somewhere, get the action lowered so you can play it. Doesn't hurt your fingers. Your fingers are gonna hurt anyhow if you're a beginner when you're starting to have to play the guitar. So I'm going to start up here with this called the nut. Of course, it goes up here, down here, kind of shift things around, and well, that's going to fall out. This is called the bridge, actually. Here's the saddle that comes out. It's called the saddle, and it just slips right out of there. Got a little end on there, which always goes on the bottom side down here, and it just fits right in that slot right there, somehow, right in there. And usually, I put the string down here. Most of the time, this saddle's too high, which makes the strings high. So what I'm going to try to demonstrate here, like I said, somebody might be handy or might want to try this. You can do it. Store's going to charge you $50 to $100. I don't know, it depends where you live. And you can buy these also. You can buy this, the nut and the saddle. Go on Amazon, buy it. They come in a package, $10. Make sure they're bone. So to demonstrate this a little bit, how to get them strings lowered, which I've done once or twice or maybe about 1,000 times. I'm going to take this, lower my camera. I got me some 100 grit sandpaper. You can use 60 or 80 or 100, 120 grit. But I'm going to take that saddle right there on the bottom, not the top where the strings go. And I'm going to hold it on a flat surface also. And all you're going to do is, I'm not going to do this whole job. It takes a while. You got to have some patience. What you're going to want to do, sand that back and forth. I'm sitting down right now. I can't. Got to put a little pressure on it. Well, if I do stand up, you maybe get something to hold, maybe tape your sandpaper down, which I don't have. You're going to go back and forth with that. So now this is getting smaller. The saddle's getting smaller, and there's your dust. So, like I said, this is just a demonstration. Then do that a little bit. If you go too far, like I said, you can buy these for $10, $12 off Amazon or any, most music stores probably don't have them, but you can order them. If you go too low or if you break one, which you're not gonna do, mess one up or something, you can buy some, no problem. They come $10. So you sand that down pretty good bit. Then bring this back up. Then you're just gonna wanna put it, of course this end right here, got a little slot, that's where the first and second string go, the smallest strings. So that's gonna go right back in the slot right there. So now you can take, like I said, what's called the nut, and do the same thing. You want to kind of like just grab it like yay, or any way you can. I find pretty much the only way you can do that is grab both ends like that. Press down, make sure the level, got a level surface there. And kind of tricky at first. Just go back and forth. And I'm using 100 grip. You might want to go with maybe a 80, just more grittier. So I'm bringing that nut down also. So it's going to get where the strings now. And like I said, this is just a demo. I'll probably do it a whole lot more, and it just fits right back in there. So now what you've done is lowered it some. So that's going to go back in there. You got your saddle that you've sanded down some. And then you put a string on it. Your strings. There's your holes. Wrong end. Of course, putting the string on, you got on acoustic, you know, you got the holes here. There's your pegs. There went the nut. And this is going to go in the hole. The peg has they have a little, where'd my camera go? A little slot in them right there, if you can see it. So it's going to go kind of in right along that string, kind of like that, where it fits in there. So you poke the string in the hole, put that on there. Now we're going to come up here and stretch it. I dropped that nut on the floor. I got another one here. I'm going to put the string through the peg hole there. And those that are not familiar with changing strings, also you're going to want to go not on the outside here. You always want to come on the strings, always start on the inside and through the hole, like yay. So I'm going to lay it back down. It's hard to pull it through. You want to maybe put 2 fingers right there, maybe 1. And then you start turning your key. And what I always do is kind of bring this string here. If it's these are old strings. I did buy a new set for this little project. In there, kind of like pull that one back. Now I'm just going to turn it up. I'll put this nut back in here. Turn, turn, turn. And they do have little gadgets that you can wind it up really quick too. And what's going to happen if you just put one string on, the nut's going to flop up like that. So if I can do this quickly here, you take your bottom string here, like your first string. I should have bought a new pack. And take it out, somehow. Get the new string. So there's the, like your first string here, small one. Your 9s or 10s or 12. Then you want to grab the, of course, the peg. Put it through the hole. I can show it again. And like I said, put that little groove towards the string, where the string kind of fits in there nice. Okay, now I'm gonna move this camera. Now I'm gonna put it through. You want to go on the inside. It's kind of hard to do with the strings I've already used before. They're not exactly straight. So anyhow, I got that one in there. So when you turn it, turn the key, you want that string to be going, that string wants to stay on the inside of the peg, not on the outside. So make sure you turn it the right way. So I'm looking at it and that string is tightening up. On the inside, the string is coming on this side of the peg, that side of the peg, not this, not this side. So I'm turning it, which is kind of tightening, securing this nut down now. And this guitar that I've got here, I actually made this. I have made guitars for about 10 years or so. This is an acoustic. I normally don't make acoustics, but it turned out okay. Not great. So I'm tuning it. If I can get here, tuning it up now. And what happens is the string's gonna stretch. The string is gonna stretch around the peg up here, and also it's coming up through the hole, you might say, up underneath. So it's kind of like it's still stretching. So now it sounds like it got tightened up. And then at this point, well, what you want to do is get all your strings on there anyhow first. You don't have to get your tuner out and go tune that one up. You got 4 more strings to put on here. So anyhow, so the saddle got lowered now, and by looking at it, it could probably go a little bit lower. So if you're looking at the there, which is hard to look at through the camera here, it's still, this nut's still a little high for me. So I would probably take it, loosen the strings again. This is time consuming. I would take it off again and continue. I would do that sanding back and forth. So I'm going to bring it down even further. And if I also mentioned, you might want to buy extra one. If you try to do this, buy extra nut and saddle. Because if you go too far, then it's gonna, that's what you're gonna hear. That little pop right there, that was the string kind of tightening up underneath the peg right there. So pretty much get all your strings on there. like I said, this is a little time consuming, but it'll probably help you, possibly, or you just take it to Guitar Centers, or if you find a good luthier to do it, I would definitely do it. But if you buy first guitar, mainly while I'm making this video, a lot of people want to play guitar, take it home, and they start playing chords, and they're mashing, these strings are like way up on the fretboard there, and they think that's probably what you think. Well, I guess that's how it is, but no, that is not how it is. The strings need to be brought down. So go to the desk or the guy and say, I need to have this thing set up. Bring the action down some. And they'll do it for you for a couple $1,000. For $50, maybe $100. It depends on where you live. So that's pretty much all I wanted to, I guess, talk about on this video. I give lessons on YouTube for beginners, maybe more advanced on playing lead, learn the pentatonic scale, a lot of songs. So hope I help somebody out there, possibly, so you can possibly try this by yourself. Don't know. Good luck. So, thank you for watching though. Bye-bye.